If you've been watching my channel for a few years now, you may remember I used to make videos on Gran Turismo 6 where I did hill climb car builds, I think I called them, where I basically built up a car. I think I fully upgraded them in Gran Turismo 6 and did the Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb to see which one was fastest. There were some absolutely crazy cars on that one because I fully upgraded them, so it was pretty insane. And I haven't really done... Well, I've done things like that since, mainly on Forza Horizon 3 and 4, where I did race car builds, crazy car builds, stuff like that, a few on Forza Motorsport as well. But lately I've kind of gone away from that and I haven't been doing it for quite a few years now for multiple reasons, mostly with Gran Turismo, the newer games, I'm not as interested as much. I don't think they're quite as good with that sort of thing as GT6 and 5 and that were. And also with Forza, the Horizon games have also gone a bit of a weird way with how, I don't know how it is now because I haven't played in a little while, but they kind of went off, it was a bit more difficult to do kind of just the time trial thing, and I lost interest with that. So I then got BeamNG.drive now that I'm doing mostly PC gaming, and realized that there is a mod for the Goodwood Festival of Speed Hillclimb. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be starting a new series, hopefully, where we take a bunch of random wacky cars over the Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb and see what is fastest and what crazy stuff we can get up to. The first vehicle we're going to be checking out today is the Cheria FCV Vivace hill climb car. I think that's how you pronounce it. So this is it is a hill climb car, but it's going to be pretty quick, pretty crazy, but it is a more normal car. We will definitely have some more wacky ones on here, so let's get started. Alright, so here is our hill climb car, the first car to tackle this hill climb. It is not a modded car. We're going to be looking at a lot of mods in this series, but this one is not a mod. It is a standard car in the game, but it is the hill climb version. I've never driven this. I've driven on here a couple of times with another car just to test it out. I don't really know where my braking zones are going to be. I don't really know how many attempts I'm going to give myself, but I expect there's probably going to be a couple of fairly big crashes before we get to the proper attempt. I'm going to be doing this in third-person mode because it's a little janky in first-person mode, especially with some of the mods. So we're going to get going here. Oh, it sounds good. It sounds very good, and here we go for our first run. This is very, very quick compared to what I was last driving on here, and already we have crashed. Already we've crashed, and we've already lost a wheel. I mean, we could keep going, but yeah, it's not going to be a good time. So already we haven't even made it through turn 1. This is going to be an interesting series. All right, attempt number 2. Here we go. We just got to get to grips with this, figure out where we need to brake, how we need to do this. So let's be a bit more cautious this time. Still too late on the brakes there. Still too late. Wow, okay. We need to be a lot earlier on the brakes, apparently. At this rate, it may just be the first clean run we get, to be honest. We'll see how we go. We need to be quite a bit earlier on the brakes here. So there we go, very early this time, almost hitting the inside there. Too early there, but it is only our first proper run then. Oh, not as much turning as I was hoping on this thing. Just got to get used to how this drives, I guess. And as we head down to the next section, I'm going to brake very, very early. Too early, but we're just getting our fingers in, dipping our toes into the water for now. Now we come up to a bit of a trickier section, so early on the brakes just to make sure we do get stopped. And then we come round. This is now the tightest part on the track right here, the tight right-hander. And then it is pretty much just a blast to the finish line now. Can we go flat out around here? Oh, we can. We could definitely have a big accident there if we're not careful, but we have made it to the end. It was a 52.879. I'm going to give myself another try there. Maybe we'll do it that I do 3 full attempts. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so maybe that's what we'll do. We might just do it so that we crash as many times as we do, but we just ended up with 3 full attempts. Like we can get to the end 3 times. Once we've gotten to the end for the 3rd time, that will be all our times done. So we got around that corner a little bit better this time. Still a bit on the slightly wide side. Better on the brakes into here. Could be even later, but just having to get used to this a little bit. I haven't played BeamNG.drive a whole lot, So I'm having to also just get used to the game. I'm playing this on an Xbox controller, by the way. I haven't really been able to get my wheel set up for this, and to be honest, I don't think... I just have a Logitech G29 wheel. I think I'm just going to play this with a controller. We've hit the wall on the other side as well. We did go quicker, but we hit the wall on the edge there. That's what I'm talking about. You have to be so careful. You can do that corner flat, but you need to get it perfectly. So that's 2 perfect runs. Well, 2 runs getting to the end, neither of them perfect. 49.347 is our current best time. Can we do better? Right, if we make it to the end here, this is the last run, no matter how good or bad it is. We've just got to try and get the most out of this car. This first corner here is so tricky, just getting it turned in. We've gotten around pretty well this time. Then this corner here, don't run too wide. There we go, that's better. Not running onto the grass this time. And then it's down with the power, foot down to this next section. Can we brake a little bit later? Nope, it's too late. It's too late. We broke too late. The car's pretty destroyed. Alright, this is more difficult than I hoped for, and this doesn't bode well for the more crazy cars that we will eventually get to. I mean, this is a very quick car, don't get me wrong, but it is a hill climb car. It is very grippy, and it is suited to this sort of scenario, whereas some of the other cars we'll be driving will have more power, less grip, and worse steering. So that is something to take into consideration. Right, this time we've got it stopped, I think, pretty well for that corner. Actually, I don't think we're going to do a whole lot better than that until I maybe get a bit better at the game. Much faster through there that time, though. That is good. Have to be really careful with the car, though. Through the next right-hander and power on. Now we've got to get the run here well to go flat through here without hitting a wall. Oh, we just managed to avoid the wall and we crossed the line. It is a 47.420. That is our quick time for the Chariot FCV hill climb car. There wasn't much more left on the table there for me. I think that was a pretty decent run. So let's get our next car up. The first time is on the board. Alright, so the next car we're going with is the Subaru BRZ Varis kit. Now this is a mod. This is a modded car. And the reason why I've chosen this car in particular, well, just this car, is because I actually own a Toyota 86. That is my current car that I drive around. And yeah, I saw this mod. It's a BRZ, but it is the same car. And I've gone for this kind of racy option just to make it a bit more interesting. I don't know how this one's going to be. I don't think it's going to be as quick as the hill climb car. Probably not quite as much grip. It is 1 point lower in the performance class. The hill climb car was performance 9. This is performance 8. So we'll see. I did change it to orange, but apparently it hasn't changed to orange because my car is orange. But is what it is. But anyway, let's get started. It sounds pretty mean. Let's go. So this is going to be rear wheel drive, I assume. Yep, definitely feels. Oh, definitely is rear wheel drive. Right, I'm pretty sure that the car we drove before was all wheel drive. So definitely a change there. Although it does seem to turn in a little bit better, but as you can see, very squirrely on the rear end. Picking up some speed now as we head down to this section on the brakes. May have been a bit too late there. No, actually quite good on the brakes through there. It is definitely wandering around quite a lot more than the other car, but it's not quite as quick. It is still... Oh, we've tagged the inside. Oh, and that's pulled us around. That has pulled us around. We just tagged the inside of the wall. And yeah, the car is... I was going to say it's probably okay. That wheel, though, doesn't really look okay. Alright, let's try that again, see what we can do with this beast. I don't think this is going to be as quick as the hill climb car, just because it is rear wheel drive, it is a little bit slower on power, and yeah, being rear wheel drive, it is a little bit more, as you can see, skatey all over the place when I get on the power. But yeah, it does seem to have a bit more turn in, I guess, you know, doesn't have the understeer. That, oh, we've got a wobble, It's okay, we can continue on. Oh, we can't continue on. Okay, the car just stopped. I don't know if it did something to the engine, but I had no power. Okay. It doesn't say anything about the engine being broken on the left there, but yeah, we just... Oh, now we have power. We didn't have power, and now we do. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, that's definitely written off the car. Next attempt, here we go. We haven't got one on the board yet, but it did take 3 or 4 tries to get one on the board for the hill climb car, so it is expected the same for this. And yeah, it is a little bit more difficult to drive. I'm trying to get the throttle down as early as I can just to make the most of the power we've got, but even in a straight line, you know, you saw here before, we had a little bit of a wobble as we go onto the brakes once again. We've pretty much got our braking point down with this car already for that corner, which is good. I've just got to be careful on the throttle, trying to give it as much as I can to get the most out of this car. That might have been a little late. No, we are okay. We are good. Can we... Ooh, it's fighting it a little bit here. Now it's very, very tight through this section. I don't know how we're going to go around this corner. Can we take it flat? Oh, I don't know if we can. That was a little bit of a lift there. And we crossed the line for our first time on the board with this car, and it's a 54.223, so we're a fair way off the Cherrier at the moment. All right, let's go again for the BRZ, see what we can do. What sort of time can we get out of this car? I think we can probably get, oh, I don't know. I reckon we can get a sub 50 as we've run wide through the first corner and we've missed that. Alright, so what do I think is possible after that first completed run with this car? I think getting a sub 50 is going to be difficult. Possible, I reckon, but we're not going to be beating the Cherrier. We're not going to be beating the Cherrier hill climb car with this. It just doesn't have the grip, and yeah, although it has a lot of power, I don't think it quite has the power of the hill climb car. And with the rear-wheel drive as well, that just... yeah, it's just a bit more difficult to drive, and I have to be so careful. This bit here is not too bad, but once we get here into the hay bales on each side, I have to be even more careful on the throttle, because any little blip of the throttle and the car steps out and we're into, you know, look how tight it is here. And then coming around this bit here, I have to, I think, give a little bit of a lift, and then on the power for the final stretch. It is a 51.885, so it's a big improvement on the last time. Oh, I do think maybe we can get under 50, but it's going to be a real push for our final attempt. Alright, possibly our final go here, unless we crash. We have just got to really go for it as we get off the line here, make the most of the track, and just get the most out of this car that we can. Try and be a little bit more careful on the throttle, but it's so difficult. Oh, a little bit on the grass there and over the bump. That did not help the car out at all there. Trying not to cut corners here, of course, but oh, that was way too late. That was way too late on the brakes. That was way too late on the brakes. Oh, and it's a big impact. Big impact. All right, come on. Let's get this attempt in. Let's get this booked in. Off we go. A little bit of a slow getaway there, I think. I don't know why that was. Maybe just wasn't quite on the power as aggressively at the start. Try and get as much power down as I can. Let's avoid that bump coming on off the grass and onto the track this time. So that helps us out. We're a bit more stable coming through here on the brakes. Ooh, the car's gotten squirrely under the brakes, but it's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. It's definitely not fine. Okay, this is proving more difficult than the hill climb car. I don't know how many attempts we've done, but I think we are at least on par, or a little few more attempts with this than we were with the other car. We've gone wide through turn 1. That is not a great start, but then pretty good through turn 2. So that's something. Oh, the car's getting out of whack. We've just kept it pinned. Now on the brakes, we want to try not move too much under braking, because that is what really unsettles the car. Get back on the power, a little bit careful, because we don't want that to step out there either. Hug the left, in through here. Oh, that was very quick. That was almost a bit too quick, and now the car has cut out. The car's cut out again. See, it does that sometimes, and then it gets going afterwards, but it just completely cuts out at that point. This is proving to be more difficult than I had maybe anticipated. I was hoping to get 3 cars through today, but it looks like we might only get 2 cars through with the amount of time that this is taking. So I'll have to see how long we've been recording for after this. But we are trying our little hard out here to get this car across the line, to get a sub 50 second. I think it's going to be difficult with this car, but braking in a straight line there definitely helps. That really does. Getting it slowed down, you do not want to be wobbling around because that really does not help the car out. A little more careful through here this time. Oh, we've tagged the inside wall that time, but we're okay. It's not great. The car has a little bit of damage there, but we're still going. A little bit more damage from tapping the right wall as we now head through the left-hander. A little bit of a wobble, but we go towards the line. It's not going to be an improvement because we made some contact there that slowed the car down. So in the end, it is going to be a 51.885 for the Subaru BRZ. Not as quick as I was thinking. I definitely could go quicker, but that was a decent run. That one. So just nowhere near as quick. What is that? Like 4 seconds? Yeah, 4 seconds off the Hillclimb car as we're about to crash into the barrier there. And yeah, that's the time for that one. Alright, so as we look at the wreckage after we crossed the finish line, this is what has happened to our car there. Not particularly nice. That is going to be it. We're just going to do those two because it's been a fair while just doing those two there. Actually, can I... There's like a replay option, isn't there? Can I look at a replay? Is that something I can... Oh no, I think that's not... That's a different thing. Never mind. We're not looking at a replay. We're just going to look at our Subaru BRZ. Very broken. But that is it for this video. Here's the leaderboard, our start of the leaderboard. So we've got the Cherry FCV at the top with a 47.420 and the Subaru BRZ Varis kit option with a 51.885. Could have gone a little bit quicker with this one, but yeah, very temperamental, this car. And it is not in a good way now, let's just say that. But thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, like and subscribe. Comment down below what cars, what mods you want to see me tackle the Hillclimb course with. And I'll see you guys in the next video.